Was watching TV last night, and it was an interesting experience. Lots and lots and lots of commercials about pharmaceuticals, right? And usually I just cruise right through them. If we've recorded a program and I'm watching it, kicking back, relaxing at the end of a long day, we usually just cruise through the commercials. But for some reason, last night, I watched one of the drug commercials, and it made my head explode for a number of different reasons. The first reason was that the side effects that were listed, that they were talking about, reading live on air, the side effects that they were talking about, death, right? Death could be a side effect of this drug. And in some instances, death has occurred. And they said it in such a way as to make it, well, you know, that's just kind of life and that's just the way that it is. But the overriding meme inside of the commercial, the kind of thought form that was being projected through the ether spheres, through the internets, through the airwaves, was that this is just the way that it is. This is just the way that it is. The side effects are a normal, expected part of life. Even if it's death, oh well. You don't have any other choice. This is all that you can do. This is the only thing to do. It's this way or the highway. Even if the side effect is death, just shut up and take your medicine. And it made me pause and reflect. And this was just one commercial, right? Hundreds of these things run every day. Hundreds of these things run every day. Pick up a magazine. There's a full 2-page spread for the next best, greatest drug, right? Now, remember, our position, it's not the gun, it's how it's used. It's not the drug, it's how it's used. So you can use a drug appropriately, but for goodness sakes, the leading cause of death in the United States, MD-directed medical therapeutics. Why? Because the MDs operate through a failed, old-fashioned, outdated methodology, allopathic reductionism. Allopathic reductionism does not work when applied to a living human body. It doesn't work. It's a failed methodology. It should be rejected. One of the components of this is that the MDs are trained to believe that your body does not have the ability to fix itself, that your body is a bag of biochemicals waiting to break, and it's the doctor's job not to cure anything, but simply to manage your symptoms with a drug. It's your doctor's job to try to outwit, overpower, and outsmart nature, because they do not have any respect at all for the natural healing processes which are present inside the body. They think that those things are a fiction. They have no respect for them whatsoever. None. So everything that the MD does is an attempt to overpower and control, override and control the automatic, natural, built-in, inherent, God-given healing processes inside the body, metabolic processes inside the body. Their object is not to attempt a cure, but to manage the biochemistry of the body as best they can through the introduction of man-made pharmaceutical agents into the human body, and if that doesn't work, surgical procedures. Now, when you do this, even if you know it's well-intentioned and you think you're doing God's work, you are throwing into an unbelievably complex metabolic soup a man-made substance which must, by definition, generate side effects. It must. The medical doctors are not attempting to support the body's ability to fix itself. They are attempting to usurp it, to control it, to override it, to overpower it, because they think they're smarter than God. They think that they're smarter than nature, and that is why their therapeutics are loaded with side effects, even death. But the socialization here is so complete that when we listen to these commercials, it just goes in one ear and out the other, but there's a little thought meme that's left behind. And the little thought meme that's left behind is, well, you know what, maybe the MDs are really the only dog for the hunt. And this is what we are socialized into believing every day. For goodness sakes, ladies and gentlemen, we have become numb to advertisements that talk about medicines which cause death. We have become numb to advertisements which talk about medicines which cause death as a side effect. Why isn't this a cause for public outrage? Why is this not a cause for concern? Why are there not congressional investigations about this? I'll tell you why, because everybody's deeply embedded in the myth of the MD. Oh, if those medical doctors can't figure it out, nobody can. Well, guess what? That's wrong. But this is where we are at in the year 2015. The 21st century, for goodness sakes. We don't have a free medical market. We haven't had a free medical market since the early 1900s. The medical market since the early 1900s has been monopolized, controlled, completely taken over by the pharmaceutical industry, propped up by the MDs, who are trained in an old-fashioned, outdated philosophical orientation, understanding of how the human body works and what to do to fix it. And the only medicine practiced in your hospital is MD medicine. The only medicine that your insurance pays for, MD medicine. The only medicine that they make TV shows about, MD medicine. I hate those shows. For goodness sakes. We need to have some type of civil disobedience thing here going on, boycott all shows having to do with medical doctors. Just boycott them. Write CBS, write ABC, write NBC letters and say, look, I'm sending this out to everybody in Facebook. I'm sending this out to everybody on YouTube. I'm sending this out to everybody that's in my world. Boycott television shows about medical doctors, because it is instilling in us a ridiculous notion of the truth. If they did a reality show like they do for cops, for medical doctors, and if they really had cameras in the emergency room and they really showed you what's going on behind the scenes, not the Hollywood fluffed up version of heroic doctors, if they really showed you what's going on with follow-ups after the fact, you'd be horrified. You would be horrified. It's been candy-coated, for goodness sakes. This is what happens when I'm leaning more and more towards Alex Jones's camp every day. I'm leaning more and more towards Alex Jones's understanding every day that this is prison planet, and we are controlled in every aspect of life, and it is unbelievably sophisticated. They make TV shows about medical doctors, about cops, and about lawyers. That's the main shows, right, on TV. Medical doctors, cops, and lawyers. And the people that are screwing us up the most in the world are medical doctors, cops, and lawyers. But the TV version paints them as really great human beings, really great individuals. Now, I'm not saying there aren't good lawyers in the world. I'm not saying there aren't good cops in the world. I'm not saying there aren't good doctors in the world. I'm not saying that. But in point of fact, we are being socialized here across the board to believe that the people who are hurting us, the people who are hurting us, the people who are hurting us are the best people in the world, and these are the people that we should prop up on a podium. It's an outdated, old-fashioned methodology, ladies and gentlemen. The best thing that you can do for your health is to fire your medical doctor. Just get rid of them. Stop going to them. The only time you should even go close to the office of a medical doctor is if you really do need surgery. If you've tried everything else, you really do need surgery. You've tried everything else. You have an infectious disease that hasn't yielded to alternative quote-unquote therapeutics. Or you have some type of trauma to the body and you're in an ambulance. You better have insurance, though. You better have catastrophic insurance, or you better have a health savings account, because you're in the ambulance, it's at least $800. You walk through the door of the emergency room, it's at least $1,000. Why is this? Because the most expensive medicine, of course, is the one that does not work. This is the situation that we find ourselves in now in the 21st century. And this is why I am such a cheerleader for Longevity Nation, because Longevity was founded by my mentor, colleague, and friend, Dr. Joel Wallach, in order to put a stop to this. We're not going to try to get more states to license alternative medicine. We're not going to try to get more research done. We're not going to try to get naturopathic hospitals. What we are going to do is generate a grassroots coalition of the informed. Medical nutrition for the masses. You know, it's interesting because in the final analysis, most of the time, there are exceptions to this rule, but most of the time, healing is easy. You have high blood pressure, you have a blood sugar issue, you have an arthritic issue, you have fibromyalgia, you have an insomnia issue, you have an anxiety, a depression, or a panic attack issue, you've got a digestive issue, or you've got a skin issue. Most of the time, these conditions will yield to generic, boilerplate foundation medical nutrition. You just need a little education. Stop eating food that's gumming up the works. Give your body the stuff it needs to fix itself. And for goodness sakes, get the heck out of the way and let the healing begin. We're going to Maryland and talk to Lauren when we come back. I am Dr. Peter Glidden. Welcome aboard.
I am a 47-year-old female and had a heart attack in 2005. This is Alice from New Jersey. I still get angina, even with 4 stents. I was taking nitro 2 or 3 times a week. The very first day after taking Heart and Body Extract, the chest pain was gone. Now I don't wear a nitro patch.
Learn the secrets of an effective, natural, 100% organic nutritional supplement for a healthy heart and circulation at hbextract.com.
Thousands of people seeking home security get ripped off every day, and the home security industry wants you to believe that's your only option. They've got hordes of salesmen out there trying to scare you into signing one of their long-term contracts. You get stuck writing huge checks month after month with no way out. It's robbery by contract, and it can cost you thousands. But there's a better way to protect your home. Simply Safe Home Security. Simply Safe has no contracts. None. You'll get award-winning 24/7 protection. Security professionals watching over your home, ready to instantly send police to the rescue for just $14.99 per month. That's less than half what most companies charge. Protect your home the smart way. Visit simplysafedefense.com today for an exclusive 10% offer and get a free keychain remote worth $25. Only when you go to simplysafedefense.com. simplysafedefense.com.
We use mobile devices right against our bodies every day, but growing scientific evidence has emerged showing serious health risks associated with exposure to EMF radiation emitted from these devices. The solution is Defender Shield, the most effective mobile radiation shielding ever developed. Defender Shield blocks virtually 100% of EMF radiation from cell phones, tablets, and laptops, and starts at just $64.99. Buy now at DefenderShield.com. For 10% off, use promo code GCN. DefenderShield.com, the worldwide leader in mobile radiation shielding.
If you're like me, you're concerned about the stock market and the economy. You're asking the questions, but it just doesn't seem that you're getting the right answers. Well, my friends at the Wealth Preservation Institute not only have the answers, but they've put together a free report, How to Survive the Upcoming Economic Collapse and Protect Your 401ks, IRA savings, and retirement income. Don't hesitate. This report's for free for a limited time by calling 888-772-2929. That's 888-772-2929. Take back your financial lives today.
Attention, all men. Are you urinating more frequently? Do you wake up to urinate? Are you having a slower, weaker stream? Don't ignore the warning signs of your aging prostate. Get your free bottle of Super Beta Prostate. Super Beta Prostate is guaranteed to support a more complete emptying of your bladder, a fuller, stronger stream, and less waking at night to urinate.
Super Beta Prostate is a product that I really like. I endorse it. I use it myself. I was very pleasantly surprised that Super Beta Prostate helped me fairly quickly.
Super Beta Prostate is formulated with a natural plant enzyme called beta-cytosterol. It's so powerful, you'd have to take 100 saw palmetto pills to get the same sterols as just one Super Beta Prostate tablet. Don't ignore the warning signs of your aging prostate. Call now to get your free bottle of Super Beta Prostate. Call 1-800-853-1203. That's 1-800-853-1203. 800-853-1203.
So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective, multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today.
Call to speak to me live, just like Lauren in Maryland did. Hey, Lauren, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
Hi, Dr. Glidden. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I have to tell you though that I feel sad for you. You want to know why?
Why?
Because you live in a state the initials of which are MD. I don't think I could. I don't think I could live there. I think I would lobby the state legislature to change the initials of the state to something. But I digress. Thanks for calling. How can I help?
I'm calling because I've just been resisting some migraines, eczema, anemia, and just forgetfulness. I don't eat a lot of meat. When my doctor told me I had anemia, she said to try and eat more beans and rice. So I've been trying to do that, but I still feel like tired, dizzy sometimes. And also to help with the migraines, I've been drinking a lot of water because at first I thought I was just dehydrated. But
yeah. So you're struggling with migraines, you're struggling with eczema, you're struggling with not enough energy, and from time to time you're a little on the dizzy side, yeah?
Right.
And how old are you, Lauren?
29.
And you've been going to conventionally trained medical doctors for how many years?
Just all my life.
All your life, and you're still struggling with migraines and eczema and all this stuff. So for 29 years, you've been let down by conventionally trained medical doctors. Is that correct?
Yes.
That's correct. Yeah, that's correct. And it's the same for everybody. And I just don't understand it because people struggle with health conditions their entire life. They go to medical doctors, they can't get helped. And what do? They go home and they write another medical insurance check. I just don't understand why this happens. I think there's a satellite, a mind control satellite somewhere that's beaming down this, these thoughts that the medical doctors are kings and their you-know-what doesn't stink. It's interesting from my point of view because eczema and migraines are both intimately related to the same nutritional deficiency. It's essential fatty acid, omega-3 essential fatty acids. So you need the foundation 90 essential nutrients and then additionally some extra omega-3 essential fatty acids. I would gainsay that lack of energy. By the way, Lauren, lack of energy is the most common complaint that people show up at a doctor's office with. They just don't have any energy. And your ridiculous medical doctor told you to eat beans and rice. You've got to be kidding me. The most common cause of fatigue, it's just simple. It's overlooked and it's simple because your body has run out of the stuff that it needs in order to work the way that God and nature intended it. Your body needs a tune-up. That's why you don't have enough energy, because your body doesn't have the raw materials it needs to make energy. It doesn't matter how much food you eat. If the fuel line is clogged or if the spark plugs aren't right, the engine's not going to run right no matter how much gas is in the tank. So you got to give the car a tune-up. You got to give your body a tune-up. How do you give your body a tune-up? Well, there are 11 foods now that we recommend people stop eating. You can get that list on my website, drglidden.com. 11 foods we recommend people not even look at. You have to stop eating these foods today, number one. And number two, take some nutritional supplements into your body, which actually work. And so my recommendation for you is as follows. How much do you weigh?
120 pounds.
Okay, so for the next 3 months, here's what I would do every month. And then I want you to call me back every 4 weeks and tell me how you're doing. All right? Live on the air. We're going to track your progress if you feel so inclined. So here's what I want you to do every month for the next 3 months. I'd like you please to purchase one Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid. And it's called a Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid. Make sure you put the liquid at the end of it. That's pretty important. Okay. Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid. One of those. One bottle of Cherry Mints, CHERI-MINS. One bottle of Cherry Mints. One bottle of selenium, SELEN like Nancy, IUM. One bottle of selenium. And 2 bottles of EFA Plus. 2 bottles of EFA Plus. That's one Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid, 1 Cherry Mints, 1 selenium, and 2 bottles of EFA Plus. Take those every single day for 90 days. Eliminate the 10 bad foods. Call us back with a report every couple of weeks, and boom, bada bing, let the healing begin. Stick around, folks. Victoria in Oklahoma is up next. Let's go to Oklahoma and talk to Victoria. Hey, Victoria, thanks for the call. You are live.
Well, hello there. I am so happy to be able to talk to you. First off, I want to say I called about a week or so ago, and I have leaky gut and gluten intolerance, and so I had started Dr. Wallach's Ultimate Digest, and it replaced, I was taking some other digestive aids from another company, and I have to tell you, I was taking 4 of those, and one of his Ultimate Digest has replaced the other 4, and even with the other 4, I could not digest my EFAs. I just had gas and bloating, and with one pill of the Ultimate Digest, I'm able to take my EFAs, and I so desperately need them, so I'm very, very thankful for that. And but I need to know, the glucogel I can't take, it has shellfish in it, and so I want to know if the Z-Radical would replace that, or what you would recommend for that.
Well, what I would, okay, good. So there's a couple things. First of all, that's a really great little testimonial, and that speaks volumes to what's going on here with longevity, because, and I say this all the time, and honestly, I don't know how many people believe me. I don't make any money from the sale of the longevity nutritional supplements. I could promote anything that I want to. I'm not a longevity corporate representative. I don't get paid any money by longevity, and I don't have a longevity distributorship. I don't make any money from the sale of longevity supplements. I can promote whatever I want. I promote longevity because of that experience that you had and that thousands of other people have. Not all nutritional supplements are created equally. Longevity's nutritional supplements produce more consistent, better results than anything I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot in over 25 years of clinical work as a naturopathic doctor. The recipes that Dr. Wallach has come up with are beyond the norm. They are beyond the norm. Wallach is a genius, and his therapeutics reflect that. And the proof of the pudding's in the eating, right? I mean, one of his equals 4 of theirs, and you get better results with one of his than you got with 4 of theirs. And well, yeah, that doesn't stink. That beats a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. And this is why I'm such a really enthusiastic cheerleader for longevity, because it works. And this is boilerplate medical nutrition for the masses. If everybody in the world did this, there would be so much less pain and suffering, and everybody would be so much more wealthier. I mean, it's not even funny. Now, the glucogel is an interesting situation. So, if you are allergic to shellfish, and you have a bone and joint issue, then your only option that I'm aware of is to get the Good Herbs Bone and Tissue Support. Get 4 bottles of the Good Herbs Bone and Tissue Support. Do a half a teaspoon 3 times a day. Go to the supermarket and get some packets of Knox gelatin. And do a couple of packets of gelatin in some warm water 3 times a day. I'm not really sure what that dose is. Honestly, I don't know what that dose is. I'm not sure that anybody can tell you what that dose is. But I would start with 3 packets of Knox gelatin a day, plus the Good Herbs Bone and Tissue Support. I'd give that a run for 4 weeks and see how you do. And you're going to love, that's extremely inexpensive, that stuff. Have you ever seen that in the grocery store?
I know what the Knox gelatin is, but what is the Good Herbs Bone and Tissue? Is that a Dr. Wallach's product?
Yeah, that's a longevity. Longevity acquired one of the best herbal manufacturing companies in the world, about a year ago, and the name of the company is Good Herbs.
Okay.
And it's a subsidiary of Youngevity's. You know, like you go into the Youngevity ordering part of the website, and they have different companies. They've got Super Life, and they've got a number of others. I just can't remember. But Good Herbs is now a subsidiary of Youngevity, so you just click on the Good Herbs tab, and they've got 12 products right now. One of the products is called Bone and Tissue Support. Get 4 bottles of that a month. If you buy the 4-pack, you get a break on the price, and if you get a 4-pack, you'll be able to take a therapeutic dose, which is a half a teaspoon, 3 times a day. Now, that's herbal medicine. And the intention of herbal medicine is to upregulate your metabolism in certain areas, and in this case, it would be with bone and tissue support. So it's really
a tincture.
Yeah, it's a liquid tincture. It's an herbal tincture. Yep, you take just a little bit of it 3 times a day, half a teaspoon 3 times a day.
Okay, all right. Now,
yeah.
All right. Now let me ask you. I have a long list of stuff, but I have a spot on my scalp that has been itching for years. And I get a pharmaceutical shampoo, and I don't care to use that. And so I'm wondering what would cause, the little indentation spot. There's a little kind of a valley in the scalp. That itches, and it has itched for years. Do you know what would cause that, and what would you recommend for that?
Well, I'd have to look at it really, and poke around and look at a magnifying glass. Have you ever taken that to a doctor and they've poked around and told you what they think it is?
They don't have any idea what it is. They just give me a prescription shampoo.
Okay. So then, in that case, the most common cause of that, interestingly enough, would be essential fatty acid deficiencies.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
Though I would guess that as you're able to metabolize EFAs more efficiently over time, that will just fade away. There's one other thing that you could do that might help. It's possible that there's a fungal infection there, or some type of little microorganism has, kind of bullied its way in there, and it's set up house. And I would get, I'd go to the health food store and get some Sovereign Silver. It's a type of colloidal silver. It's better than Youngevity's, by the way. It's called Sovereign Silver. Sovereign Silver. Get it in a little spray bottle and just spray the colloidal silver on that spot and rub it in on your head 3-4 times a day. Do that for 21 days and see if that makes a difference.
Okay. May I ask? I have 2 other people I'm trying to help. One lady, she bought the products, and she has kidney problems. She has itchy skin, and she said when she used the products, it gave her a headache. And so my upline said, well, she's taking too much, so tell her to cut back to like a fourth and, start slow and then build up because her body isn't used to it. And then I have another lady that has pain from TMJ. So what would your counsel be for them? Well,
for for TMJ, temporomandibular joint pain, that's a bone and a joint issue, right? So we do that the same way that we do for arthritis. We give extra plant minerals, extra calcium, and glucogel. It's really that simple. It's right. Doesn't matter where the joint is. Doesn't matter if it's the jaw joint, if it's the elbow joint, if it's the shoulder joint, if it's the knee joint, if it's the hip joint, if it's a joint, you need bone and joint support. So, extra plant minerals, right? Extra calcium, glucogel sufficient to the cause, and if there's money left in the bank, do the Good Herbs bone and tissue support. The other issue was, intolerance to the products and headaches caused by the products. Most of the time, when people get headaches from taking Youngevity's nutritional supplements, it's because they're taking too concentrated a dose too quickly, or their body just isn't used to it. And so the recommendation from your upline or downline was correct, that you want to take less of the product in more water and drink it more slowly. Now, my recommendation for everybody when they start the Beyond Tangy Tangerine is 1 level scoop in 12 ounces of water, and take at least 2 hours to drink it down. And you do that for every 50 pounds of body weight. So if you're 100 pounds, you would do that twice a day. If you're 150 pounds, you would do that 3 times a day. If you're 200 pounds, you do it 4 times a day, right? So 1 level scoop in 12 ounces of water. Take at least 2 hours to drink it down, and that should be no problem. Now, if you do it like that and get a headache, you just have to bully your way through it. And after about 7-10 days, the headaches will go away because your body will get used to it. Now, after you've done that, right, 1 level scoop in 12 ounces of water, and your body is tolerating it and everything's good, then you can step it up. You can do 2 level scoops in 16 ounces of water and take 2 hours to drink that down. See how your body tolerates that. Because it's a pain in the neck, right? Drinking 12 ounces of water 4 times a day, right? Taking 2 hours to do it each time, that's a pain in the neck. It's much easier to do things twice a day than 3 times a day or 4 times a day. So the goal here is to work towards 2 level scoops in 16 ounces of water per 100 pounds of body weight per month. It's much easier on people's kind of lifestyles to dial it in like that. Does that make sense, Victoria?
Yes. Yes, and what I wanted to ask is Dr. Wallach was here about 3 weeks ago, and I had asked him what to do for the radiation. I have headaches too, but I assume it's from the radiation from the smart meters, and he said get the new BTT 2.0 tablets because they're higher in the auric value, but they don't have as much mineral. So what I'm thinking is take half of each. So you get a little bit more of the auric and a little bit, and you get the minerals in the BTT powder. So,
well, that's a smart strategy. And from my way of looking at it, everybody needs a bottle of plant minerals a month. And if I were king of the world, the healthy pack, every healthy start pack would include a bottle of the plant minerals. Because everybody needs more plant minerals. Even if you're taking the Beyond Tangy Tangerine powder, you need more minerals. So, and a bottle of the minerals is $20 a month.
Yeah.
So take extra minerals. It's never a bad idea.
I'm trying to take the minerals, but I have to be honest with you. When I eat about half of my food and then I take the minerals, but it leaves such a taste in my mouth that my food doesn't taste very good after that. So I'm wondering if the
get the cherry mints instead. Get the cherry mints instead, yeah, or the kiwi mints, and they also make the minerals in capsules, freeze-dried capsules. It's called the Ultimate Mineral Caps. So you've got 4 different choices. Check it out, Victoria. We are up against a commercial break. Stick around, folks. Neil in Maine is up next. Hey, let's go to one of my favorite states in the Union, Maine, and talk to Neil. Hey, Neil, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
Good morning, Dr. Glidden.
What's going on, Neil?
Well, I got several issues. Chronic kidney disease, congestive heart failure.
Yikes.
Hip replacement, which is in motion.
Yep.
And spinal stenosis.
Yeah, isn't conventional medicine just great, Neil?
Oh, isn't it?
What part of Maine are you in?
Western Maine mountains.
Yep.
Sugarloaf.
Yep. Oh yeah, is it real pretty up there, or have the leaves gone by?
No, they're late this year, so there's still a lot of them. The color's still here, pretty good.
Yeah, I really like Maine. Neil, is it possible for you, because we only have 3 minutes left in this segment, and I have a lot to tell you. Is it possible for you to call in tomorrow?
I could, yes.
You call in tomorrow, and I will first thing. I'm not even going to do a monologue tomorrow. I'm just going to talk to you in the first 14 minutes of the show, and I'm going to line it up for you and tell you what to do. So if you can call me first thing, call the studio a little bit before the show starts tomorrow, and I will line this up for you from A to Z in the first 14 minutes of the show. I think that's an easier way to do it rather than me rushing through things, right? How old are you, Neil?
83.
83 years young.
Remember, yes.
Yeah. Okay. And how long have you lived in Maine? Your whole life?
All my life, yes.
Yeah, it's a really interesting state. In my misspent youth, I hitchhiked from Utica, Maine, all the way to Durham, North Carolina. That was quite an adventure, of course. Back in those days, you could do things like that. You can't do that anymore.
I did that.
Yeah, you did that too. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's interesting. It's really one of my favorite parts of the world. One of the first things that you can do, if you haven't already done it, is you can go to my website, drglidden.com, and check out the list of the 11 bad foods. And you need to stop eating those immediately, right? I mean, that's something you can do today. There are 11 foods.
I've been informed of that of one of your representatives.
Yeah, that's kind of important, right? I mean, if every time you put 10 gallons of gas in your unleaded engine, if you put 1 gallon of diesel fuel, it's only a matter of time until the engine craps out. And it's nothing wrong with the engine. I mean, the pistons are good, the welds are good, the spark plugs are good, the wires are good. It's the wrong fuel. And if you consistently put the wrong fuel into the tank, it's only a matter of time until stuff breaks. So this is one of the reasons why everybody is sick, because everybody is eating all of the wrong foods all of the time, and they don't know any better because, right, they took the wrong dog to the hunt. They went to a medical doctor for advice about food when that's just a fool's errand. So it might not sound like an important thing, but it's really an important thing because there's 2 steps to this strategy. Number 1, you have to stop eating food that's gumming up the works. And number 2, you have to give your body the nutrients it needs in order to fight back and recover its health, right? And if we don't do both, it's kind of like we're paddling with one oar, right? We're just going to be going around in circles. So the food stuff is really important. You can start that tonight. You can educate yourself about that tonight. The list is free. It's right there on my website. So that's what I would do initially, Neil. Dial that in. And call me back first thing on the air tomorrow, and I will dial you in the very first segment, 14 minutes with Dr. Glidden. That beats a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. Thanks for your support. I appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where the rubber hits the road. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Are you there yet? Are you done with watching everybody in your family get worse and worse and worse, and your kids and grandkids be born autistic? Are you done with that? You need education. Where are you going to get it? I'll tell you where you're going to get it. drglidden.com. Become a Dr. Glidden advocate today and get your health back. For goodness sakes, it is your birthright. God willing and the creek don't rise. See you tomorrow. Until then, live long and prosper.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
It's time to kick some ash because cigarettes have met their match. Smokers are switching to Vaporite e-liquid by LeSig because when you kick ash, you kick tar and smelly smoke too. LeSig smokes the competition with real people customer service, a 7-day satisfaction guarantee, and same-day fast free shipping. Become a vapor today at LeSig.com, spelled LECIG.com. LeSig e-cigarettes. Kick some ash.
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit goberkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products, most ready to ship same day. Visit The Berkey Guy at GoBerkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com, home of The Berkey Guy.
Earthquake, floods, winter storms, prolonged power outages, or war. Each of us have had that moment when we recognize that we need to be better prepared. We typically do the same thing. We start with food storage, then we address the need for water. But have you considered heat storage? I'm talking about staying warm in the cold. Here are some things for you to consider. How will I keep my family warm? The standard answers are firewood, coal, or propane. But the problem with that if you need to be on the move is you can't take it with you. Another concern? There may come a time when you need to stay warm without smoke, like in times of war. There may even come a time when you can't burn fuel. The answers may be simpler and less costly than you think. For these answers, go to FortressClothing.com. Again, FortressClothing.com has the answers to your heat storage dilemma. Don't get stuck in the cold. FortressClothing.com. You'll never be cold again.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99 and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
A lot of people's lives and bodies are out of balance. AlkaVision Plasma pH drops optimize pH level and get rid of harmful waste and acid. Just a few drops in water restores vibrance and energy and gets you back in balance. Now order 2 bottles and get $10 off your order. Sign up for monthly auto shipping and save 25%. Call 800-518-7615 or visit alkavision.com. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich? Working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare? Having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom106.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom, the number 106.com. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom106.com.
If you're like me, you're concerned about the stock market and the economy. You're asking the questions, but it just doesn't seem that you're getting the right answers. Well, my friends at the Wealth Preservation Institute not only have the answers, but they've put together a free report, How to Survive the Upcoming Economic Collapse and Protect Your 401ks, IRA savings, and retirement income. Don't hesitate. This report's for free for a limited time by calling 888-772-2929. That's 888-772-2929. Take back your financial lives today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sam Nussbaum with the Anthem Foundation. Premature birth is the leading cause of death of babies and disabilities for children. That's why we support the March of Dimes to help mothers have full-term pregnancies and healthy babies. Join us in supporting cutting-edge research, treatment and outreach to help moms during their pregnancy and give every baby a healthy start in life. Learn how you can help at marchofdimes.org.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't pick on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. If you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common-sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit in the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains for only $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.
Are your Google search results killing you? Unflattering content in blogs, news articles, online reviews, social media, or other sources can jeopardize your reputation, your business, and your livelihood. Let Reputation.com help. Our patented technology will make the truth about you more visible while pushing down unwanted negative content. Improve your Google search results. Call Reputation.com at 1-800-831-0771 for a free consultation. That's 800-831-0771.
Do you lay awake at night and worry about the health and safety of you and your loved ones? Do you wonder what would happen if you weren't able to get to a hospital or doctor? How can you keep your family safe against the deadly pathogens that are beginning to emerge in the world today? Give yourself peace of mind with Supernatural Silver. Supernatural Silver is turning heads around the world as a new weapon in the fight against bacteria, viruses, and fungus. Supernatural Silver can be taken internally or used topically to help the body's own immune system fight off disease much more effectively. Supernatural Silver has been tested at independent universities and laboratories around the world and has been proven to be safe and highly effective against some of the planet's deadliest pathogens. There is no better product to have in your home for daily use or emergency preparedness. Go to supernaturalsilver.com, use the code SILVER2015 for 20% off, and give yourself and your loved ones a fighting chance with Supernatural Silver.
It's time to kick some ash because cigarettes have met their match. Smokers are switching to Vaporite e-liquid by LeSig because when you kick ash, you kick tar and smelly smoke too. LeSig smokes the competition with real people customer service, a 7-day satisfaction guarantee, and same-day fast free shipping. Become a vapor today at LeSig.com, spelled LECIG.com. LeSig e-cigarettes. Kick some ash.
You're fired. According to the Small Business Administration, 75% of small businesses plan to eliminate jobs or reduce workers' hours to part-time. You're fired. According to Gallup, the unemployment rate recently jumped to nearly 9%, and the underemployment rate hit a staggering 17.9%. You're fired. 1 out of 3 young adults and 1 out of 2 recent college graduates are underemployed. Hello, I'm Keith Abel, a pharmacist and a home business entrepreneur. In 2011, I became one of those statistics myself. Instead of looking for another job in corporate America, I joined Dr. Joel Wallach, the Dead Doctors Don't Lie guy. We're creating steady incomes for ourselves and would like to show you how to do the same. If you want to supplement your current income, replace your income, so you don't have to become one of the statistics, then give me a call toll-free at 866-257-3105, 866-257-3105. You're fired. Don't wait till you hear those words. Start creating an extra income today. 866-257-3105.